Good evening and welcome to the Commentary Hub's roundup of Day 13 in the Women's World Cup 2023. I'm your alternative host, Nicholas Jones, and here's what's happened today. We'll start with South Africa against Italy in Group G at the Wellington Regional Stadium. A win for either side would guarantee them a place in the round of 16, and it was Italy who got off the mark first. Ariana Caruso scored from a penalty early on in the first half after Carabo Dlamini fouled teenager Chiara Beccari. But an own goal by Women's World Cup first-timer Benedetta Orsi brought South Africa back into the match, so they were both level at half-time. Banyana would find themselves in front after the start of the second half as captain Thembi Gatlana crossed to Ilda Magaya, who was sent off. Who calmly sent the ball in, I should say. Italy equalised through Caruso, but the goal was called into question after she was initially thought to be offside. But after a VAR check, the goal stood. In the dying minutes of the match, Gatlana broke Italian hearts with a wonderful last-minute goal, sending South Africa into the round of 16 for the first time. Their opponents will be Group E winners the Netherlands on Saturday. And the next match in Group G, was Argentina against Sweden at the Waikato Stadium in Hamilton. It was 3 out of 3 for Sweden, as the 2019 third-place finishers and the Euro 2022 semi-finalists were the strongest side against Argentina. Rebecca Blomqvist scored the first a little after the hour mark, and Ellen Rubinson scored a penalty in the 90th minute after Blomqvist had been fouled in the goal area. Sweden's round of 16 opponents will be the United States on Sunday, and like the four-time winners, they have competed in every Women's World Cup since 1991. We'll now go on to Group F, and the first match we will cover is Panama against France at the Sydney Football Stadium. You'd have thought that France would have it easy against bottom-of-the-table Panama, but this match showed it would not be the case. Panama captain Marta Cox put her side 1-0 up after just over a minute had been played. France dug deep after that and equalised some 20 minutes later as Maëlle Lacroix's header was accidentally sent in by Desiree Salazar. Kadi Diani, who stood in for Wendy Renard as captain, added to France's tally with 2 more goals, including a 37th minute penalty. Laela Garek's cross ensured they led 4-1 going into half-time. But Panama would not give up, and after conceding another penalty, which was converted again by Diani, Yomira Pinson and Emily Cardenio reduced the deficit, but it was too late. 19-year-old Vicky Béchot finished the game off for France with a wonderful right footer. The final result means France top Group F and will be up against the Group H runners-up on Tuesday. And the final game we should look at, is Jamaica against Brazil at the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium. Perhaps the surprise of Group F has to be Jamaica. They held France to a draw and scored their first ever win against Panama, but could they beat former finalist Brazil? The answer was a very surprising yes, as they held off all the challenges Brazil could throw at them. Whatever came their way in front of goal, their keeper Becky Spencer was equal to them. The Reggae Girls' only real chance at goal came when captain Khadija Shaw almost sent the ball in, but she fired over the bar with 10 minutes to go. The 1 point Jamaica got was enough to give them their place in the round of 16, and they are the first Caribbean nation to do so in the Women's World Cup. But for Brazil, the dream ended, and it was also a sad farewell to legendary player Marta, who is in her 6th and last World Cup. Jamaica's next round opponents will be the Group H runners-up, also on Tuesday. That was the matches that were played today. So before we go, we'll take a look at we'll take a look at we'll take a look at tomorrow's matches, and only 2 matches will be played, as Group H will be decided tomorrow, and we will finally have a complete list of round of 16 matches. Colombia currently lead the table and only need a point against Morocco to qualify. Germany will need to shrug off their loss to Las Cafeteras when they take on bottom of the table South Korea. A win for Germany will almost guarantee them a place in the next round, but will be eliminated if they lose and Morocco win. Colombia play Morocco at the Perth Rectangular Stadium, and Germany will face South Korea at the Brisbane Stadium. Both kickoffs will be at 11 a.m. UK time. Thank you for tuning into tonight's roundup, and don't forget to join us tomorrow. Good night.